Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video, I'm going to be showing you all the cheat codes in Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC version of the game and how to activate them using the console. Not console as in Xbox One or PS4, but the in-game console that you need to bring up to use these cheats. In order to bring up the in-game console, you're going to press the tilde key, which is that little squiggly line, usually in the upper left corner of your keyboard. And then you're going to want to enter a specific code that will activate the cheat. So if we press the tilde and bring up the console here, you can see you can type in what you want. So the first cheat we're going to look at is the drunk mode cheat. And if we bring up the console, we can put in the code, which is liquor, so Liquor. And now your character is drunk. So as you can see, he stumbles around a bit. It's different from his normal walk. He kind of just hobbles around, and if we get in the car, we can see the biggest difference that this cheat brings to the table, and that is that driving is way harder in this mode. So I'm going to wait for that car to pass so I don't hit anything, and I hit that car anyway. And while you're driving, your character will just randomly swerve like that. So I didn't do that. My character just... Whoa, okay. That guy must have also been using the drunk mode cheat. But yeah, he swerves a lot, so it's really hard to control, and it's really random and unpredictable, so you never really know when he's going to do it. Yeah, wow, just destroyed that smart car. Sliding all over the place. Oof. That's pretty bad. To deactivate any of the cheats, you're just going to want to open the console and put in the code again, like that. So now everything is back to normal. And the next cheat we're going to look at is the explosive ammo cheat. So the code for that is high X, and cheat activated, bang bang. So what this does is it makes all your bullets explode on impact, like so. The cars get absolutely demolished. You can cause total chaos, as you can see. One shot from the pistol just destroys it. And very similar to this cheat is the explosive melee attacks cheat, and the code for that is hot hands. So now, in addition to explosive ammo, we also have explosive punches. So I'm just going to run over here and take out my fists. And I don't want to punch a car because that would explode and it would kill me. Also, with the explosive ammo, you want to make sure you're not too close to any cars you shoot. But if I can find a person right here, I can run towards him, and as you can see, as soon as my fist hits his face, he blows up. So it's like a one-hit kill. It's very devastating. And then if you take out an automatic weapon, the explosive ammo gets really out of control because it's just a constant stream of explosions. And then whenever you die, all your cheat codes are going to deactivate. So you're going to have to reactivate them if you die with a cheat code on. And the next code we're going to look at is the fast running cheat. And the code for that is catch me. So once you put that in, you'll be able to run a lot faster. And Lamar is calling me here. That's kind of annoying. I need to get rid of that. You can see I run way faster than you normally do. You don't run as fast if you have your weapon out because you're aiming, but that is also faster. So this can be a very helpful cheat if you need to get places faster, but honestly, it's GTA, so you're probably going to want to take a car because the map is very large and it's very easy to just steal a car like that. So if we go over here, I'm going to show you the next cheat, which is the flaming bullets cheat. And this cheat makes all of your ammo incendiary ammo, so it lights on fire, and the code for that is incendiary. So if I get out of the car and take out my gun, you will see that everyone I shoot is sets on fire, and so do the cars. Obviously, that is a problem for whoever is driving, but if you continually shoot the car over and over again, it will eventually explode because fire and gasoline does not mix. But that is the flaming bullets cheat. Alright, so the next cheat we're going to look at is the Invincibility mode cheat. And this cheat's a little different from the other ones because this one is actually timed, so it does not last until you die or until you deactivate it. But the code is Painkiller. there is a timer set for 5 minutes. So as soon as that turns off, you're no longer invincible. But now, nothing will hurt you, so jump off there. Don't take any fall damage, even though it probably wouldn't have anyway because it's in the water. But you... What is he doing? I don't really know what Franklin's doing there. He's, yeah, I don't even know how to explain that, but, so now I'm in the water, and swimming is kind of tedious. So I'm going to use the fast swimming cheat, and the code for this cheat is .gills, and this cheat is exactly like the fast running cheat, except you swim faster instead of running faster, and it's kind of hard to tell, unless you compare it to normal swimming, but I am swimming much faster than before. You can also swim under the water faster too. So combined with the invincibility cheat, this can be pretty good because you can stay underwater for as long as you want, and you can maneuver the water very quickly. And now I can just swim over to shore so I can show off some other cheats. Alright, in the next cheat we're going to look at is the max health and armor cheat. And the code to put this cheat in is turtle. And what this cheat does is, just like it sounds, it gives you max health and it gives you a full set of body armor if you don't already have that. And the next cheat we're going to look at is the wanted level up cheat, and the code for that is fugitive. And what this cheat code does is it raises your wanted level by 1 star. So if you put it again, it doesn't deactivate the cheat, unlike most cheats, it just raises your wanted level by another star. So if we do this a couple times, we will have a 3-star wanted level now, so the cops will just be coming after you. I guess the cops are unhappy with all the cheat codes I'm showing you, so they want to come get me. And the cops are getting pretty close right now, and I don't want to deal with them, so we're going to use the wanted level down cheat. And the code for that is lawyer up. And much like the wanted level up cheat, it lowers your wanted level by a single star, so you need to put it in again if you want your wanted level to go down even more. So we put it in a couple times, and then we will have no stars anymore. And now this next cheat we're going to look at is the Skyfall cheat, and the code for that is Skyfall. Makes sense. And what this cheat does is screen will go black for a second, don't worry, but then you will spawn free falling in the middle of the sky above Los Santos. And an important thing to note is that while you're in this mode, you cannot use a parachute even if you have one equipped before using this cheat. So if you're not invincible, you're going to want to aim for the water because you cannot use a parachute. And now the invincibility has worn off, so if I go over here and run into this car, you'll see I'll take a bit of damage. Alright, and this next cheat we're going to look at is the special ability refill cheat. But my special ability is already filled up, so I'm going to get rid of it to show you this cheat. And every playable character in the game has their own special ability that does its own unique thing. Franklin's, of course, can do slow motion driving, which is very helpful for maneuvering turns, tight corners, and stuff like that. Special ability bar is the yellow bar next to your armor bar, below the minimap in the lower left corner. To refill it, you're going to want to put in the code POWERUP, and as you can see, it has been completely refilled, so I can continue with my driving shenanigans. And one good use for Franklin's special ability in particular is if you have the drunk mode cheat on, so if I put that on right here, it's a good counter to that. So you know how it normally is driving in drunk mode, but if you use his special ability, it is a much smoother ride. And you can even put in the code again while you're using the ability to get your bar back up. So if you keep doing that, you can pretty much use his ability for as long as you want. And the next cheat we're going to look at is the slow motion aiming cheat. Now, the code for this cheat is Deadeye, and that will activate level 1 of the cheat. So the thing is about this cheat is, unlike the other cheats we've looked at so far, it's actually tiered. So there's 3 levels to this cheat, each making the slow motion a little bit slower than the last level. So with this cheat, when you aim with your gun, everything goes into slow motion. And this is really helpful because you can run around as fast as you want, but then when you need to get slow and precise, you just aim in with your gun. And now on level 3, things are really slow, but of course only when you aim with your gun. So it's pretty useful because slow motion while you're aiming will of course make you more precise and accurate, but it will not take longer for you to run or drive anywhere because it's only while you're aiming. This next cheat is one I really enjoy. It is the super jump cheat. So the code to activate this cheat is hop to it. And now you jump much higher, so I could just get up there with one single jump. And even though these jumps are bringing you to heights that normally you would take a lot of fall damage if you fell from them, as long as you're jumping, you will not take any fall damage. So if you fall from somewhere, you still will take fall damage and maybe die, but as long as you're doing a super jump, your landing will not do any damage to you, no matter what the height. Also, holding the jump button will allow you to jump longer and higher than if you simply just tap the jump button. Now, this next cheat is the give parachute cheat, and very self-explanatory. It just equips you with a parachute, but the code to get it is skydive. In a similar vein to that cheat is the give weapons cheat, and the code for that is tool up. And this cheat will equip you with weapons and ammo for those weapons. You can see the guns and ammo I have, and you can also see the parachute which was given to me from the last cheat. An important thing to note is that it does not give you ammo for every single gun in the game. It does give you ammo for most of them though, and some of the most fun ones like the RPG. So now that I have the invincibility cheat on again, I guess standing here in the middle of an intersection getting shot by cops is as good a time as any to show you the change weather cheat. And the code for this cheat is make it rain. Now there are 7 different types of weather options, and it cycles through all of them. There's not a specific code for each one. You will just have to cycle through until you get to the weather you want. So the first option is extra sunny weather, and it's a very nice day outside, as you can see. And if you put the code in again, you get clear weather. So it's still a nice day outside, but not as much as it was before. And if you put the code in again, you get cloudy weather, and you can see the sun is not as visible. It's not as bright as it used to be. And then if you put in the code again, it's smoggy weather, so classic LA smog. If you look in the distance, things are not as easy to see. Put in the code another time, you will get overcast weather, so not as bright. The sky is covered in clouds, the sun is not as prominent. And then if you put in the code again, this one is the most fitting for the actual code itself because this is rainy weather, so it's raining and there's puddles and there's a bunch of clouds. And if you put the code in again, it's thundery weather. So it's now downpouring. It's extremely cloudy. The sun is not even in the sky. And if you put the code in again, you'll get clearing weather. So the sun is starting to come back out and the rain is starting to go away. And then if you put the code in one more time, you will get snowy weather, which is probably the coolest weather option since it doesn't naturally snow in Los Santos, so this is the only way to make it snow. And the next cheat we're going to look at is the moon gravity cheat, and the code for this cheat is floater. So this cheat makes it low gravity, so things will stay in the air much longer. It doesn't really affect your jumping or anything like that, but anything that goes in the air, like debris or your grenades or dead bodies, will stay up there for a longer period of time. And this next cheat is the slidey cars cheat, and the code for this is snow day. And what this cheat does is it takes away pretty much all the traction that the cars have on the road. So as you can see, I can no longer drive forward. Well, I can, but it's incredibly difficult. The wheels just seem to spin in place, and it's like that for all cars except for the cars that the NPCs drive. They don't seem to be affected, but any car you get into, it will be nearly impossible to get anywhere. So now we're going to look at the vehicle cheats, and these just simply spawn in a vehicle. So the first cheat we're going to look at spawns in a BMX, and the code for it is Bandit. And there you go, you have your BMX. Now with these vehicle cheats, you're going to want to make sure you have enough space to actually spawn the vehicle, because if you don't, it will not spawn it in, and it will tell you that you don't have enough space. And also every time it will spawn it in a random color if there is more than one color of that specific vehicle. So the next one we're going to look at is the Buzzard, and the code for that is Buzz Off, and there you get your own attack helicopter. Also, you get to keep these vehicles once you spawn them in, as long as they can fit in your garage, or if it's a helicopter or plane, you have a airfield or hangar to keep it at. So the next vehicle is the golf cart, which is known as the Caddy in this game, and the code for that is Hole in One. And there you go, you get your very own golf cart. If you want something a little more flashy, you might want to spawn in the Comet, which is a sports car in the game, and the code for it is simply Comet. So there you go, you get your own sports car. This next vehicle's something a little different. It is a crop duster known simply as the Duster, and the code for it is Fly Spray. So as you'll notice, for the vehicle cheats, the code to spawn it in will either be the name of the vehicle, or it will be something that has to do with the vehicle. So one thing you're going to want to be careful about is, even though you might have enough space to spawn in a vehicle like the Duster, you're going to want to make sure you actually have enough space to take off, because you do need a lot of space to take off with this plane, and if you don't, then, well, that can happen. So the next vehicle cheat spawns in a stretch limo, which is just an average limo, and the code to spawn it in is Vinewood.
Now the next vehicle we're going to spawn in is the PCJ 600, which is a motorcycle, and the code to spawn it in is Rocket.
Alright, so the next cheat is another sports car, and this one is the Rapid GT, and the code to spawn it in is Rapid GT. And there you go, you get another sports car if the Comet wasn't quite your style, or if you want both of them. And the next vehicle that we're going to look at is the Sanchez dirt bike, and the code for this is Off-Road. And there you go, you get your own dirt bike known as the Sanchez in this game. They don't come in solid colors, they have different patterns that they come in, but just like I stated before, you can keep spawning it in until you get the pattern that you want. And the Sanchez, of course, is a motorcycle that is good for off-roading. The next vehicle is another plane, but this time it is the Stunt plane, and the code to spawn it in is Barnstorm. And as you can see, I didn't have enough space to spawn it in, so that is the message that it tells you. It says, can't spawn that vehicle here, so you're going to want to move until you know that there is plenty of space to spawn it in. So although there is plenty of space on the mountains where you could put a plane, it's not flat enough for it to be spawned in. But if you go to top, it does seem to be flat enough up here, and there you go, you have it. And this plane is very maneuverable because of how small it is, so it's good for doing tricks and stuff. And the next vehicle we're going to look at is the garbage truck, known as the Trashmaster. And the code to spawn it in is Trashed. So put in the code, and there you go, you get your very own garbage truck.
This next cheat is a lot like the slow motion aiming cheat, but it is slow motion all the time. It is the slow motion cheat, and the code to put it in is Slowmo, SLOWMO. And just like the slow motion aim cheat, there are 3 levels to this cheat, so if you put it in once, it will be slow motion level 1. If you put it in again, it will be slow motion level 2. If you put it in a third time, you'll get slow motion level 3. And if you put it in one more time, it will deactivate the cheat. So as you can see, everything goes slower in this mode.
So those were all the cheats in Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you found it useful, and I hope you had fun with all of these cheats.